right, here we go. Mark up tight. Nice goal. Here's the Sunday. Right now. Right now.
Good evening and welcome inside GCU Soccer Stadium on the campus of Grand Canyon University for tonight's matchup between the Utah Valley Wolverines and the Grand Canyon University Lopes. I'm Kyle Borg alongside Dominic Hinton. And Dominic, the Lopes are coming off a 2-game road trip in which one game was canceled due to the weather and the other they dropped 2-1.
Yeah, obviously a very tough weekend for the Lopes. Losing one and the other, they were ahead in the 62nd minute, but the game was pleaded no contest due to weather. But they're here, they're ready for a new weekend and new challenges. They've been progressing all season, ready for the end of this conference play.
And tonight they have Utah Valley, who's a very good team. They are currently tied for second in the WAC right now. What do the Lopes have to do with the Sanderson Ford 3 keys to the game tonight?
So the Sanderson Ford 3 keys to the game for the Lopes are, if they want to come out with this W, they have to score first. They, too often this season, have found themselves playing from behind. They have 9 players in the scoring column this season. They have all the capability of being a high-profile scoring team. They also need to get set pieces from Josh Drack. Last year when these two teams met up, Drack had a huge game, having 11 shots, 1 goal, and 1 assist. If he wants to be a leader that this team needs, what he needs to do is really step up in this game. And finally, they need to protect the herd. Here at home, they have not won since September 30th. The Havocs are ready for them to finish out WAC play, and I know they're ready to perform here at home in front of their crowd.
This stadium will be rocking tonight. We're moments away from kickoff between the Wolverines and the Lopes right here on GCU TV.
Performance is your profession. You excel in bringing the best out of people. Through leadership and insight, you help others fulfill their promise. You share a unique bond with your family and cherish your time together. But you strive to take the next step in your career. GCU's online degree program in performance psychology will enhance your skills in helping others succeed. Master your craft in an online PhD program that puts innovation and technology at the heart of education. And you can do it all within a tight schedule without disrupting other aspects of your life. With a PhD in performance psychology, you'll have the tools you need to elevate your performance to the next level. When human excellence meets cutting-edge technology, business advances.
Find your purpose at GCU, where advanced technologies drive education. Private, Christian, affordable, nonprofit. Visit gcu.edu/online.
Welcome back inside GCU Soccer Stadium for tonight's matchup between the Utah Valley Wolverines and the Grand Canyon University Lopes. I'm Kyle Borg alongside Dominic Hinton. And Dominic, we're getting ready here to throw it down to the field for prayer and national anthem.
Yeah, after closing out its homestand last week, Utah Valley will play the final 3 WAC games on the road. UVU is currently tied for 2nd place with UTRGV in the WAC, so they're going to be a tough team to beat. But the Lopes have all the keys they need to come out with the W tonight.
That's right, Dom, and we're gonna throw it down to the field right now for national anthem and prayer.
From the officials, and we pray for good sportsmanship from the fans, and we just pray for your hand over this entire competition, and we thank you. In Jesus' name we thankfully pray. Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing as we now honor America with a singing of our national anthem. The Star-Spangled Banner will be performed this evening by the Branches Choir under the direction of Naomi Home. Thank you, Branches Choir.
Alrighty, and we are moments away here from kickoff as the teams high five, and they'll get set with the starting 11 for both sides. We'll start with the Utah Valley Wolverines, or your Lopes. It'll be Drac, Kissy, Afonso, Radia, Jella, Andreu, Ramirez, Gardner, Armaroli, Eastley, and of course, as always, in the goal, Tassaris. And the Lopes are coached by Shellis Hyman. And your starting lineups for the Utah Valley Wolverines, they go with Ahmed Longmire, Alec Felix, Zach Moss, Luis Garza, Blake Frischneck, Mark Brown, Blake Leonetti, Austin Buxton, Samuel Cromenhook, Carter Johnson, and in the goal, Joseph Wheelwright.
Utah Valley is a very strong team, and there's a reason that they're tied for second in the WAC right now, Kyle.
Yeah, goalkeeper has really led the way for them in Joseph Wheelwright. He's only allowed 11 goals so far on the year. He's got a .81 goals allowed a game. So he's going to be very strong, and the Lopes are going to look to get past him.
On top of Utah Valley's defense, their offense is also very solid. When UVU scores first, they are 7-1 against opponents. So it's up to GCU to really attack the field of play right now. Come out firing. They're here in front of home fans and their beautiful purple suits. And really ready to kick this one off.
Yep, the Lopes will kick off to start this game. They are in the home purple, Utah Valley in the visiting white, and the referees will be wearing orange. To kick it off, it will be Alex Radia. When the referee signals, we will get underway between the Lopes and the Wolverines. And there's the kick, and they are off, and the ball played deep back there, and it's headed away out of bounds for a throw-in for the Lopes. And now Utah Valley gains possession on the far side, and they will give it right back to the Lopes for a throw-in.
The last time these two teams met up was October 29th of 2017. GCU won 3-2, and Josh Drack had 11 shots, 4 shots on goals, 1 goal and 1 assist, and Jackson Jella had 2 assists. So those are 2 key playmakers for GCU that are looking to step up big tonight.
Yeah, and they're really going to look for Josh Drack here. As you mentioned, 11 shots in 1 game there. That's a lot. He is currently at 5th in the WAC, I believe, in total shots taken this year with 43, but only 2 goals to show for it. So they're going to look to get him going. He did score in their last matchup against Bakersfield the University of Missouri, Kansas City, the Roos. He did score their lone goal before they were able to come back, and UMKC took that one. And a foul there on the Lopes by Kissy, and Utah Valley will get the free kick.
GCU also has very solid defense this season as well. George Tesouris challenged an approaching forward off of his line last game, and Sam Gardner actually ended up making 2 goal-saving stops for a vacated goal. So big-time players stepping up huge on the defense for the Lopes.
They do have a very strong defense back there, and it is led back there by Sam Gardner and George Tassaris. And they're going to look for both of them to have outstanding games once again. Ball played back, deflected away, and Utah Valley gets possession again. Oh, stolen away there. Ball played back, and it'll go back to Tassaris, who will reset the team and will play from the back. He'll go into the middle to Drac. Pushes it out wide and back. In the middle now for Radia. Jackson Jello looking to run it down in the corner. He will get there, and he will kick it out of bounds. Utah Valley throw. And you mentioned George Tassareese earlier. Tassareese, very good back there for the Lopes.
Yeah, a young player, only a sophomore, which is such remarkable potential and talent in the goal for GCU. Coming up huge this season. It'll be great to see how he develops as his years continue on with the Lopes.
Yeah, and they're going to love him the next 2 years as they look to have a solid goalkeeper in the back there. And that ball played long and kept in on the sideline for Utah Valley. Into the middle now. Ball played back to nobody in particular in the middle, and the Lopes regain possession. Kissy with it now. Kissy goes out wide. Lopes looking to take the first shot attempt of the game. Crossed in, and it is cleared away.
Not a bad cross there from the Lopes. Is what you like to see is them coming and attacking in the box early, really trying to get those shots off as fast as they can against these Wolverines.
Ball played for Jella, headed away. Drac challenging. And that'll be out of bounds. Lopes throw. Great defense there by the Lopes number 11, Julian Armaroli.
Armaroli really had himself quite a season. He's a player that we found saying his name up here in the booth quite a bit this year, so it's great to see that he's doing well and contributing to this Lopes defense.
Armaroli with it again. In the middle, Radia. That one is stolen away. Now played all the way back, and it will go back to the goalkeeper, Wheelwright, who will clear it away. So far in this game, it's been a lot of the play has been taking place in the middle so far. Both teams just seem to be feeling each other out.
Absolutely, but it's still early on, so don't be surprised if we see a couple fast breaks from either team really just penetrating that wall and really trying to take forward. These are two teams that need to score before the other in order for the momentum to gain their way.
Wheelwright boots it upfield. And now a foul called on the Lopes. Looked to be a little bit of a hold there. And Utah Valley will get another free kick. Their second one of the game so far. It'll be number 7, Zach Moss, to take it. Moss to play it in. And that'll go right into the hands of George Tassareese. And he will reset, and he will roll it out wide.
Easy play for George Tassareese, just really controlling that one, bringing it in, and commanding his defense.
And now they found Jella on the long ball. Radia shot away, and it is going to be right into the hands of Joseph Wheelwright of Utah Valley.
Well, Radia has such a strong boot, and that's what you like to see. Those big-time players trying to take those big-time shots outside the box like that. I say you get a look like that if you're Radia. I take that shot 10 times out of 10.
Yeah, not a bad look from Radia there, just trying to get something going, maybe a rebound, a late runner into the box there. And now Utah Valley's got an attack of their own here. Missed slide tackle there, and a bad touch. And it'll be booted away by the Lopes defense, and it'll be a Utah Valley throw on the near side.
So far, both teams have had really nice looks, just kind of feeling each other out in the middle and then slowly starting to have breakaways of their own. Both teams just unable to finish so far. And that shot is wide.
Yep, just a little bit too wide there. And George Tassareese will take the goal kick. And Tassareese will kick it long, and Headed up into the air there and brought back down for the Lopes. Ball played. Kissy trying to run it down, and it'll be forced out for a throw.
Good to see Calvin Kissy getting the start.
Yep, the last couple games has been Burt Wilton up front, and Hindman goes back to Kissy here, and a ball played up, and Wheelwright is there. Great ball in, looking for Josh Drack's head. Just couldn't quite connect with it as Wheelwright read that one. Came out away, and he will punt it away.
And you love to see those two on the field together, Kissy and Drack. When both of them are on and they start gelling together, they're dangerous threats for the Lopes.
And right there, a foul on Kissy as he went up to challenge for the ball.
It's going to be Kissy's second foul.
I like the aggressiveness from Kissy so far in this game, though. Getting the start for the first time in a few games, and he's coming out being aggressive, trying to make strong challenges for the ball. He's just been called for 2 fouls so far.
Yeah, Kissy, a very aggressive player. That's what you like to see. That's him being vocal, being a leader, and just really getting in there.
And it'll be out for a throw for Armoroli. As Coach Hindman's going to give him some instruction on where to throw it there. Armoroli throws it in, and it will be Utah Valley regains possession here on the near side, and they will let it roll out, and another Lopes throw in. Armoroli the long throw, and it will be back and played back to Wheelwright as he will reset for the Wolverines. And now foul on Utah Valley.
Utah Valley's first foul.
And the Lopes will play it back in quickly. And it is swung all the way across the field. Back over to Armoroli, who plays it back to Eastley. And the ball now in the middle of the field. And played out wide here as the Lopes get an attack going. Afonso in the corner. Afonso ball played back post to Jella. Jella gets it just outside the 18. He will look to make a move. Jella being pressured by 3 defenders, plays it back for Radia. Radia finds Drack in the box, and it is taken away by the defender there.
But a very good sequence of events for the Lopes. Jackson Jella just so quick trapping that ball. Good footwork, really just trying to spin his defender around.
And now he's back in, and a foul coming, and it will be just outside the box in the lower third of the 18 here. And Jella not quite up off the ground just yet.
Yeah, Jackson Jella a little bit slow to get up. Utah Valley got lucky on that one just outside of the box.
Yeah, that's one of those borderline ones where it looked like it could have been either way, and the referee's going to always err on the side of it's outside the box unless it's obvious to where he can give a penalty kick. But this is a dangerous position here as Drack will line up to take it. Not the best angle for a shot, so you got to assume he's going to just attempt to play one in and just look for a quick touch into the face of the Wheelwright's goal here.
GCU getting set up.
Here's the kick from Drack. It's played back. Afonso the shot, and it's just off the outside of the post.
An absolute beautiful setup by GCU, doing a great job of really sending that ball down the middle.
As you take another look, Afonso, and it did get touched as the referee said, so the Lopes are going to stay on the attack and get a corner here and another set piece.
So GCU.
It's played short again. Cross into the box, and it's headed away.
GCU doing just an absolute great job of trying to really confuse this Utah Valley defense.
And it'll go out of bounds, Utah Valley throw.
Couple of plays there you saw on that free kick and that corner kick. They have set plays designed to really try and get a good look, and 2 good looks indeed.
And that's Frischnecht with the ball. He will lose possession. And it'll be played up for Jella. Jella on the attack. He will look to beat his man, and he will just lose possession, but Utah Valley kicks it out of bounds. Or nope, it will stay in as Armoroli plays it. Back into the middle, and the Lopes keep with possession. And that ball will be played up to Jella, and Utah Valley will shield, but it will go out of bounds for a corner as the referee looks over at his assistant, and his assistant clarifies that there was a Utah Valley defender that touched it. And another Lopes corner here. This will be their second of the game, and this will come off the left foot of Josh Drack.
So like you said, the second corner of the game. Last game against UMKC, GCU had 4 corner kicks in the final 20 minutes, but not a single goal from it. So GCU needing to do a little better job of scoring off these corner kicks.
And that one will be booted out of play, and Wheelwright will reset for the free kick, or for the goal kick, excuse me.
Utah Valley, I know, very hungry to get this win as well. They had their 6th game win streak snapped by a 2-1 loss to San Jose State last Saturday. So they're very eager to really get back in that. This is a team that scores a lot of goals and gets on really good winning streaks here.
Yeah, you never want to see your 6-game losing streak snapped. And that was at the, oh, and a no call, and there's the foul, as it was a slide tackle from the side there by Radia, and the referee's going to tell him to hold up as he wants to have a little chat with Radia. Doesn't appear to be like a card is coming out just yet. So Radia's going to get off on this foul with just a warning.
Not a bad call from the ref. Giving him just a warning, telling him, hey, this is what I'm looking out for. Don't do this again.
Right, and that was a very strong challenge in from Radia. Just he didn't get quite enough of the ball. And the referee said, yep, we're going to blow the whistle, and this will be Moss to take the free kick. And right into the hands of George Tassareese as it almost got touched on its way through.
I don't think that ball hit the ground once, though. That went right into his hands.
No, that was a great free kick from about 45-something yards away. And it looked like Utah Valley was just trying to run in and get a quick touch on the ball to try and beat Tassareese, who does not get beat very often.
Now that is a man who stays strong in the goal and never lets the offensive players beat him. When that does happen, it's rare.
Very rare, as he has only given up 13 goals, which is just 2 more than Wheelwright has. And Tassareese is in the top 5 in most columns so far for the WAC this season in goalkeeper stats. And now here's Jella on the side. Jella cuts to the middle. Back to Drack. Drack off his left foot, and it will get deflected, and Wheelwright is there. No harm done there, as Wheelwright will slow it down and reset this Utah Valley Wolverines offense. And now he sets it down and will play it long.
Coming up on 16.5 minutes here in the first half. This game so far been a little bit of a back and forth, a story of who is going to score first. When Utah Valley scores first, they are 7-1. When GCU scores first, they're 4-2. But when they get scored on first, Kyle, that's where the numbers start to get a little bit scary. They're 0-6 when the opposing team scores first.
On the wing for Jella. Jella plays it in, and it's headed away. And it'll go back to Wheelwright as Kissy puts pressure on and clears it away.
Amaroli with a good header there. But fielded by Utah Valley.
And you mentioned the records for both teams as they both have winning records when they score first. So both teams definitely looking to keep that going.
And both teams with the offensive threats to do it and the defensive threats to stop it. So a great show here at GCU Stadium in front of the fans and all the viewers watching. Really great way to kick off this last homestand for the men's soccer team.
Here's Afonso in the middle. Afonso finds Jella, and Jella will be called offside.
Oh, a beautiful goal taken away by an offsides call. That one set up perfectly. That was Calvin Kissy in the goal to score that one. But like you said, called offsides. You saw that one before I could.
Yeah, he's about 3 steps offsides there. That's going to be an easy call for the assistant all day. But great attack from the Lopes, and they will look to keep that one going.
And even though they didn't score, Kyle, that's what you like to see, is them being aggressive and attacking the box first.
That's right, the Lopes just got to keep that attack going with Jella here on the near side. He will play for Drac, and it will be taken away once again. And so far, this Utah Valley...
As Amaroli mounts a Utah Valley player there for the header. He's going to get called on the foul.
Yeah, he tried to climb the ladder there.
That was Luis Garza that he just jumped on his back. Can't do that.
Great attempt from Amaroli to try and win that ball. Just a little too much of the hands on the back to use him as leverage.
But I love the aggressiveness there of Amaroli and the Lopes so far in this half.
Lopes have been very aggressive so far. That is going to be their 5th foul so far. Here just in the first 20 minutes of play. Well, and a little miscommunication in the middle of the field as Afonso and Drac couldn't decide who was going to take it and who was going to take off on a run down that sideline on the far side.
And that's not what you want to see. These are two guys that are great players with great boots and speed. Those are players that need to do a little bit better of communicating and be leaders out there.
Yeah, now just another foul coming. And Utah Valley, he wanted to take it quick there.
All right, well, we've hit the 20-minute mark in the first half right now. So far, score still 0-0.
That ball's deflected up in the air. Tassaris will come and collect, and he will roll out quick for Jella. And the Lopes are looking for an attack with numbers.
Watch Jella put on the burners right here. That one is cleared out.
Looked like an attempted pass, and it just got deflected into the hands of Wheelwright. And he will set it down and play for the Wolverines.
I'll tell you what, I get so excited when Jackson Jella gets that ball up the sidelines. He starts sprinting and puts those burners on, and he's got the legs and the boot to just really do some damage for the Lopes.
Frischknecht has a go, and it will be deflected away for a Wolverines corner. It will be their first corner of the match. And Blake Frischknecht, the leading scorer on this Wolverines team with 5 so far this year. He's got 3 in conference play, and he is probably the most dangerous Wolverine that the Lopes are going to look to keep quiet here this evening.
Absolutely. They're going to have to do a good job of really containing him and making the other players on Utah Valley step up. He's a big name that's really done a lot of damage in the WAC so far this year.
Corner played in. Amaroli heads it out along with Jella there. This is Kissy now. Kissy collects. He's got Afonso and Drac. It's a 2-on-1. This is Afonso to the box. Afonso for Drac. He scores!
And Drac puts it in. An absolute beautiful goal. Every single GCU fan was on their feet from the moment it was passed.
And a great counterattack there off the corner. They cleared it away. Kissy found his opportunity 2-on-1 as we take a look at the replay. Afonso with the smart decision finds Drac, and it hits off the post and goes in. Josh Drac scores his 3rd goal of the season.
And just a really well executed play. GCU just stays cool, calm, and collective on that 2-on-1 situation. You know they've practiced that many times before, and that's a combination we love to see as Josh Drack just puts it in the back of the goal.
And Afonso and Drack there with the good communication that time to communicate with each other. Hey, I'm here. I'm open. You have a shot.
And these are 3 young players that hopefully we see a lot more of that in the future, from Kissy straight to Afonso, straight to Drack. So that's what you love to see.
Yeah, you got a couple more years with Drack and Afonso, and you got 3 coming as Kissy, just a freshman. And he is now, as Josh Drack with that goal, moves into sole possession of first place on this team with 3 goals on the season, with the freshman Kissy right behind him with 2. And it'll be played out here for a Wolverines throw-in on the near side. It's number 21, Blake Leonetti.
Well, all 3 of those young phenoms continue to impress the eyes of the Lopes fans and the rest of the WAC and NCAA, for that matter. So it'll be great to see those 3 continue to gel for years to come.
And now another Wolverines throw coming for the far side. And now you just gotta find a way to put one more before halftime in the back of this net here for the Lopes without giving one up here.
Absolutely. You got to be smart on defense, but you still got to remain aggressive on offense. As Jackson Jella is shoved to the ground.
Yeah, that's an easy call. And that's just going to be the 4th foul for the Wolverines.
Yeah, when the Lopes scored 2 goals before any of their opponents scored, they're 2-0 this season. So if they can get another goal on the board, I think they'd be in good shape.
Long ball for the Wolverines. Frischneck around, and Frischneck's going to score it.
And I think that one's on me. I jinxed that one. As there's a little miscommunication there on the defense.
And that was a great attack from the Wolverines as they find Blake Frischneck behind the Lopes defense. He just outruns his man there, and then a great touch around George Tassaris there for the equalizer. And now Frischneck's going to get his 6th goal on the year and his 4th in conference play. And Dominic, we were just talking about him a few minutes ago. How he is going to be the most dangerous one for this Wolverines team.
Well, absolutely. There's a reason that he's scored the most goals on this Wolverines team. He's very versatile. He's fast, and he makes defenders miss, and that's what he did on that last play right there. Silences the Lopes fans, and now we're back from where we started, all tied up.
Yep, and now it's a new game, just 0-0 at this point. They got to go with it, and now another foul coming on that far side. It looks like that's Kissy going to get called again. That is their 7th foul on the evening, and we are just 24 minutes into this game, as it will be Wheelwright to take the free kick, and he will push his team forward. Wheelwright, the long ball. And it will be headed back into the hands of Tassaris, who will throw it out quickly for Jella. Jella on the side. A little shove, nothing there. Jella fighting for the ball, and he will keep it. Great fight from Jackson Jella, and now he's going to get tripped up from behind. That's a smart play from Jackson Jella as he won the ball back, got a quick touch to it, and just slowed up as he knew that defender was right behind him.
And so far in this game, that's all Utah Valley has been able to do with Jackson Jella. He's so quick down the sideline, and their only answer is to really do whatever they can to just slow him down.
That's right. There's not a whole lot teams have been able to do to stop Jackson Jella so far this season. And now the referee's going to stop the free kick coming in here as he wants to talk to a Utah Valley and a Grand Canyon player. Probably a little too much grabbing there on that far end of the box. And now Jella will run over it. Drack to serve it up. It's in the box, and it's punched out by Wheelwright.
And such a close look there for GCU. A great boot from Drac, almost put in the back of the net.
That, I couldn't tell whose head that went off of. It might have been a defender's head. But Wheelwright, what a save there to get down and just punch it away.
And
now
Drac did all you could ask for on that one. Just absolutely put it in a great location. It had great power and speed on it, and just could not find the back of the net.
Yeah, Josh Drac probably served up one of the better free kick balls you're going to see. And that's why they trust him with those set pieces. Now it's headed up and played wide, back in the middle.
Angela's tripped up once again.
And that one's not going to get a call, just a throw-in.
Angela knew right away he was not going to get that call as he put his hands up.
Yeah, that one looked worse than it was. And the referee sees Jackson Gel there and goes, no, not that time. As this is Kissy and Armoroli now. Now in a turnover in the middle of the field for the Lopes. And now Utah Valley turns it right back over.
A little miscommunication there on Utah Valley. That one was passed right behind him.
Yep, Armoroli again here. He finds Jella. Utah Valley with possession here, and they will reset it in the back with Wheelwright. Wheelwright will play another deep ball in. It is one there from Frischnecht, and now taken away by Drac. Great steal from Drac. He will have the ball in the middle of the field. He plays it back for Radia now. Radia will drop that for Gardner. In the middle now for Andreu, who goes to Easley, or Isai Easley, and now on the side and played back to George Tassaris as he will reset and play wide for Gardner. It is and another turnover from the Lopes there in the middle of the field as Utah Valley will look to counter. Frischnecht there turns it back over to Andreu, and it'll be dropped for Tassaris, who will get it out of pressure and find Drac in the middle. Back in the middle now for Radia. For Andreu now coming on the near side. He will slow things down and reset with Gardner.
Ooh, that one off the face of the Utah Valley striker.
Frischnecht again.
And he is so quick with the ball heading toward that box.
Played in the middle now. Tassaris slides away. And Utah Valley wants a penalty kick there on a foul on Tassaris. And he's a little shaken up.
Tassaris showing a lot of aggression right there on that play. Coming out, challenging it, going for the slide.
And we'll take a look at this replay. Yeah, that's not, I don't know what Utah Valley was looking for there.
That looked clean to me.
That looked very clean, and a great tackle from Tassaris as the referee checks on him. It looked like he was holding his arm after that play.
Might have landed a little bit awkwardly on it, but a great challenge by Tassaris, and that's why he's one of the best goalkeepers in the WAC.
And the corner served in. And dropped all the way back for the defender. He'll cross one back in the middle, and it's headed away. And it will get out of bounds. Another corner kick here for the Wolverines. This will be the Wolverines' third corner kick of the evening. Lopes will be Zach Moss to take it from the left corner. Serves in a good ball up high, backside, played back in the middle, and it's headed away. Drac now looking on the counter, and he will just take a big touch, and it will go out of bounds and out of harm's way.
And that one just out of the reach of Josh Drac. But Utah Valley so far getting some pretty good looks in the box. But George Tassaris showing him what he's made of.
And now the throw. Lopes on that one again. And now Jella will lose it. And it will be played across and up, and nobody's there, as Tassaris will take a quick settle and reset for the Lopes. Gardner plays it long, looking for Kissy. It will be headed away. And now Afonso will win it back, and he will play back in the middle. This is now Radia. Radia wide for Jella. Jella with it now on the wing. He will cross one in. Kissy. Oh, and Calvin Kissy just couldn't quite get ahead on that one.
Jella, a great cross, maybe a little bit too far. Kissy just could not get ahead on that one, but it was a great setup by the Lopes.
And a great ball from Jackson Jella, and Calvin Kissy just couldn't quite get ahead on that one, as that would have been a dangerous one had he been able to connect. But now a little hold as Frischknecht will get it called back, and the referee will stop, and he will call Eastside Eastley over, and we will get our first card of the match there, as it is a yellow for Eastley.
Yeah, that one a little bit intentional there. The ref not happy with it, gonna go in and give him a warning there.
Yeah, he was just trying to slow down Blake Frischknecht.
Well, he's the player that we mentioned. You really just got to stay on top of him if you're GCU and do anything you can, because he's the lead scorer for this Utah Valley team, and both teams are getting good looks here. But Utah Valley is going to take this.
And that will be Eastside Eastley's first yellow
kick
of the year. And it will be Moss once again to take this one. Zach Moss lines up to take it. He will play one in, and it is right into the hands of George Tassaris. Easy play there for Tassaris, and he will slow things down here in the 32nd minute of a 1-1 tie. And now the Lopes will start their attack.
So if my calculations are correct, Kyle, that's now 17 yellow cards on the year for the Lopes.
And a ball played across for Jella. He gets a touch, and it is over the goal for a goal kick.
Jella, a great job there. Really just trying to get a look and getting his leg up there, but that one just a bit too high.
And he was looking just for a touch across the face of the goal, coming back to it. And we will get a sub here for the Wolverines. It is number 30, Leo Fuchs, entering the match for the first time. And it is the goal kick played long. And Fuchs challenges for it, but Gardner is there, and he will clear. And now the Wolverines will have a chance to reset it.
Gardner looking for Kissy on that last one, was just a bit out of reach for Kissy.
And another long ball played. And Utah Valley appears to have likes to play the ball deep here. As you can see, they're just looking for a quick counter on a long ball to spring somebody. And they've already connected on it once with Blake Frischknecht. And you gotta know that the Lopes have made that adjustment on that long ball, and they're gonna know exactly where Frischknecht's gonna be from now on for the rest of this game.
Yeah, Utah Valley is a team with strong boots. They really send it downfield quickly and with a lot of power. So GCU is going to have to counter that throughout this game. It'll be interesting to see how they do that.
And it will be a throw-in now for the Lopes. And it will be back to Radia, who sends one in across. It is headed away. Jella challenging, cannot win it. But Andreu's there to win it. And now a foul there as he got pulled down from behind.
Absolutely, Andreu being very aggressive. That's what you love to see, making the Utah Valley defender do nothing but pull him down. And both teams getting great looks here. Really good to see an aggressive offensive game and really an impressive defensive game as well. There's been a couple mishaps, but overall, a very evenly matched game so far.
Yeah, both teams with 6 shots. So far, 4 on goal for the Wolverines, just 3 on goal for the Lopes, including that goal for them. And now they will have another free kick in a dangerous position as Drac and Afonso will line up to take this one as the referee sets the wall and giving them a little instruction on not to move and keep your hands off each other. Afonso over top. Drac the shot, and it is wide. Great look from Josh Drac on the free kick.
And that is a young man with so much talent, just barely missing that one. Absolutely good look by Josh Drac. Not much more you can ask for.
Josh Drac there, great shot, and we will get subs once again from the Wolverines. It will be number 11, Zaire Vasquez, and number 15, Caleb White, both checking into the game for the first time here in the 36th minute. And now the ball played deep once again off the goal kick. And Kissy will look to run it down on the far side. Kissy gets there in a slide tackle away, and a great win from Utah Valley.
Yeah, that one played perfectly by Utah Valley.
And now a foul again on the Lopes. And that will make it their 9th foul of this first half.
Yeah, Utah Valley doing a really good job of challenging GCU on those balls.
Now Utah Valley with it here on the near side. They will stop and reset it across. And it will be taken away by Afonso. Afonso has numbers. He will play wide for Drac, who has Radia trailing. Drac a touch to the middle. Back for Afonso. Afonso has 3 Wolverines around him. He will play it out for Kissy, and Kissy will lose possession.
Yeah, and that one, not much you can do about that. Drac had a pretty good look, gives it to Afonso, and Afonso just absolutely gets swarmed by 3 Utah Valley defenders.
Yeah, Utah Valley didn't want him to hook up with that combination again.
Yeah, that's one mistake you cannot make twice. Those two are dangerous together.
And now the ball played wide for the Wolverines. Gardner running it down and will send it away and up. As the Lopes will keep possession here on that far side. It stays in bounds. It'll be played to Drac. Drac gets a touch for Kissy. Kissy coming wide for Jella. Jella plays it.
Great ball by Jella right there.
This is Radia with it now. Radia will reset.
Amaroli's got it.
Amaroli back to Radia, and it will be cleared out of bounds. Another Lopes throw-in coming here with 7 minutes to play in this 1-1 first half. And now Amaroli will throw it in. He will go for Kissy in the middle. And it'll pop back out and played wide here as Jella strong with the ball here as he just stands up strong and will win another throw. And Jella's looking at the assistant like, where's the foul? He was holding me and pushing me all the way. But the Lopes will keep possession here with the throw. And it will be Amaroli back for Jella in the corner. Jella sends it across. And Armoroli finds it. Ball sent across the middle. And oh, they just couldn't find a foot to connect with that one, and the Wolverines will take it the other way now.
Another good look for GCU as that one was crossed in the middle, but just could not find a lope on the other side. As Calvin Kissy almost had it, but he was met instantly by a Utah Valley defender.
The Lopes have had some very, very good attacks so far in this first half. And you gotta hope that it just continues into the second half.
Yeah, no real momentum shift so far in the first half. Been a very evenly matched game for both teams. So we're heading into the 40th minute of the first half, about 5 minutes left to play.
Utah Valley with possession of the ball, and they will play it back for Wheelwright, who will boot it upfield. And it will be one in the middle by the Lopes, and it will be headed to Jella here, as he's got another foul called there. And that is on number 23, Austin Buxton. No card coming out. Just going to be a free kick here for Drac. Let's see if he can serve up another great look. And now we have a Lope down. In the middle of the field here.
It's Radia, but it looks like he's walking off himself, not doing a bad job. Good to see that he's all right.
And now the Lopes will make a sub for Radia. It will be number 5, Alexis Canales. He will enter the game for the first time.
Good to see the freshman out of El Paso, Texas, getting some minutes tonight.
And now Drac will serve up the free kick ball. It is played in. Wheelwright punches it out, and a foul coming out of the box. And it will be a Utah Valley free kick. And that will make it the 10th foul for the Lopes, and the 17th foul we will have had here in the first 45 minutes of play.
So GCU being very aggressive this game. Coming out, getting some good looks.
And despite the 10 fouls, you got to be happy with the way they have played this match so far.
Oh, absolutely. Really getting good looks inside the box, setting each other up perfectly, and good communication out there on the field. That's all you can ask for from a club.
Easley will play up, and it will look for Kissy, but just too far ahead of him into the hands of Wheelwright, and he will punt it away. And that punt will travel out of bounds, as we will get subs for both teams. It will be for Utah Valley, number 14, Peyton Ayau. And for the Lopes, number 21, Bert Wilton will make his first appearance in this game, as he will move up front for Calvin Kissy.
We mentioned earlier Bert Wilton has been starting the last couple games in place of Kissy. Two very good players competing for a spot.
And now Utah Valley takes possession of it in the middle of the field. And Bert Wilton on the year, just 11 shots and 1 assist, as he will be looking for his first goal of the season. And that ball will be chested back to the feet of George Tassaris, and he will reset.
George Tassaris taking his time here. Doing very good. He's got 3 saves so far this half.
And that puts him on the year at 59 saves. As that ball played deep but headed away. And it will go back for Andreu, who plays back to Easley, who will come wide to Armoroli. Armoroli on the side, finding Wilton. In the middle now. he will find Wilton, and Wilton just couldn't quite get a settle on it. And it will get reset all the way back to Wheelwright.
Yeah, that one looked pretty good by the Lopes right there. Trying to control the game and set something up, but Wilton just missed it.
And now the counter from Utah Valley. The shot, and it is off the post.
That one, absolutely.
Rebound attempt, and now a penalty kick coming for the Wolverines.
And that is not at all what you want to see. The Lopes getting so lucky by their extra player out there. The post of the goal. That one, just a great shot knocked out. And then a penalty.
And we will look at the rebound as that's Andreu, and yep, referee standing right there looking at it.
Absolutely. That's just something you can't do, giving up a penalty like that right in the box.
To take it, that'll be number 5, Alec Felix. He will line up to take the penalty kick here. Felix. Tassareese kept it out.
And a great save by Tassareese. Lopes fans letting him know he did a great job on that one right there.
And what a way to make your 60th save on the year. He keeps this game level at 1 apiece, and here's the replay. He guesses correctly and pounds his chest at the end of it saying, my house, you're not scoring today.
Absolutely. George Tassareese, time and time again, has proved us that he truly is the goalie that GCU needs. Great job by him.
Now a clearance on the corner.
Utah Valley unable to capitalize on GCU's mistake there. So GCU gets off twice. First with the miss on that ball hitting the post, and then another one of that missed penalty shot.
And we are down to the final 10 seconds of this first half. And what a first half it has been, as Utah Valley will take a one last shot at Tassareese, and he's going to cover, and we will get the halftime whistle. What a first half for both teams. It's been a very offensive and defensive first half. And Dominic, are you liking what you're seeing out there?
Oh, absolutely, Kyle. I love how the Lopes have been so aggressive on both sides of the ball, actually. Tassareese doing a great job having that save that you just saw right there. But also Josh Drack, Calvin Kissy, Alex Radia, they're all doing so good, just gelling well with each other, communicating, keeping those passes clean and crisp, and that's resulted in some great looks for the Lopes.
That's right, and with that save by Tassareese on the penalty kick, that'll drop the Wolverines to 3-5 this year on penalty kicks, and that's got to be the play of the first half.
Oh, absolutely. George Tassareese, who's just so cool, calm, and collected during that moment, read that one perfectly and brought Lopes fans to his feet on that play, to their feet on that play.
And that one definitely brought the energy back, as the energy was here at the start and when the Lopes struck first, and then it kind of got sucked out of the stadium there as with the equalizer from Frischnecht, but that brought it back.
Absolutely, and that's what happens when you got two very good teams who are evenly matched. There's not a lot of momentum switches. It's just both teams going at each other. So a great show so far here in the first half, as the score is tied 1-1.
That's right, and 9 shots to 7 in favor of the Wolverines. The Wolverines have 6 shots on goal. The Lopes with 3. 5 saves from George Tassareese, and just 2 saves, rather, for Joseph Realwhite and the Wolverines. We've got 19 fouls so far, and it's been a very aggressive game on both sides.
Absolutely, and that's what you're going to get when you have two teams who are so evenly matched and who have such great offensive power and defensive stability. And that's what you like to see. It's an exciting game for all fans of the sport.
That's right, and we will be right back after this. It is 1-1 here at GCU Soccer Stadium between the Wolverines and the Lopes.
thunder in the heart of Phoenix. GCULopes.com.
As a teacher, your calling was always to make a difference and positively impact the future. You live with a deep sense of purpose and strive to inspire generations of change. GCU's online Masters of Education degree program gives you the skills you need to grow and develop your career, while also making sure you have time for yourself and your family. Today, you can learn anywhere and anytime, giving kids a look into the technological advances that pushed you forward. Being strong and compassionate makes you a role model through this formative period in their lives. You're not just inspiring future generations of leaders and innovators to reach for their dreams. You're giving them the tools they need to achieve them.
Find your purpose at GCU, where advanced technologies drive education. Private, Christian, affordable, nonprofit. Visit gcu.edu/online.
Our armed forces' heroism, courage, and bravery give greater meaning to what it is to be an American. Grand Canyon University honors you and pays tribute to you and your family. As a community, GCU celebrates your service, your sacrifice, and your commitment. God bless all the brave men and women who put our country first. We want to do the same for you. GCU puts you first with its flexible and convenient online degree programs. We salute you and thank you for your service.
Find your purpose at GCU. Private, Christian, affordable, and nonprofit. Visit gcu.edu.
And welcome back inside GCU Soccer Stadium as we are tied at the half at 1 apiece. And as we talked earlier in this game, both sides have played very well. And they have just both been offensively and defensively sound so far in this game.
Yes, absolutely. And as we've seen, the Lopes getting some good looks on offense, but also staying very solid on defense. George Tesouris continuing to command the presence in the box. And Josh Drack, an absolute beautiful goal, a great setup from Afonso, and that's what you like to see, the Lopes connecting on those pieces right there.
That's right, and we're going to take a look now at our first half GCU Hotel highlights. We'll get the first highlight here, and it's going to be off the free kick from Utah Valley, and that one's just going to go right into the hands of George Tesouris. The next one is the shot from Radia there. Good look. And then the free kick that set up Afonso. And it just got deflected out of bounds on another good look for the Lopes.
Lopes continuing this entire game to get just great looks.
That one there again just sails right into the hands of Tesouris off another Utah Valley free kick. And this was another good attack, but it was an offsides, as that would have been a goal for Kissy. He is just a little too ambitious there. And then we got the George Tesouris, another one. He has been on fire tonight. And here's the goal on the assist from Afonso here.
How about this? This is what you love to see, right to Drack. Drack puts it in. That's a combination we're hoping to see for a long time.
That's right. Now here's the Utah Valley goal by Blake Frischnecht as he just gets a touch around Tesouris. And he puts it in, and that's where we stand as we are tied at 1. And then another good look off another set piece from the Lopes, and it's punched out by Wheelwright. And then this is the big save from George Tesouris.
Right there, and then you have
the look from Kissy on the header. He just couldn't quite connect with it. And then that ball just played easily in. Tessa Reese, no problem with that one.
And then to close out the half, you have the big play right here. Oh, I'm sorry. This one coming a little bit before that one. But here it is. Tessa Reese with the excellent save. That's what you love to see.
And there it is one more time for you. Tessa Reese keeps this game level at 1 apiece.
And I think that might be the play of the game so far, Kyle.
That is definitely the play of the game. And Tessa Reese has been on fire tonight. He has 5 saves.
And that's what you love to see. A young goalie just going out there being so vocal, showing his leadership skills, and proving his skills out on the field just like that.
That's right, as they will be looking for more of that from George Tessa Reese in the second half. But right now, let's toss it to Philip Katafamo with tonight's Lopes Report.
Thanks, guys. I'm Phil Katafamo with tonight's Lopes Report. The GCU swimming team hosted Seattle University along with Loyola Marymount this past weekend, led by sophomore Marina McNelly and junior Roea Mashale. Both posted first-place finishes in the 200 freestyle, 500 freestyle, and the 100 butterfly and 100 breaststroke. The men's swimming team also found success sweeping Seattle University, finishing first in 10 of the 11 events. Mazen Shokri led the Lopes with 2 victories on day 1 and 2 more individual events on day 2, which included setting a new record for the fastest 100 freestyle time at the Edward A. Reese Aquatic Center. Both McAnally and Shokri earned WAC Swimmers of the Week honors due to their impressive performances this past weekend. The women's soccer team split their final homestand with a victory against New Mexico State on Friday, winning 1-0 thanks to a free kick by Briley Hawkins in the 25th minute and a double overtime draw against Utah Valley on Senior Day this past Sunday. The women's soccer team currently sits at 5th in the WAC and finished WAC play on the road against California State Bakersfield on Friday. Women's volleyball split their road stand, starting with a loss to UMKC, but followed that up with an impressive win and a sweep over Chicago State, 3-0. The Lopes begin a 4-game homestand tomorrow against Seattle University as conference play reaches a midway point. The Lopes look to start a second-half rally against the Redhawks. That time of the year is upon us, Lopes fans. Men's basketball begins next Tuesday with an exhibition against Montana State Billings to give us all a glimpse of this highly anticipated basketball season. It's also a chance for veteran Havocs to shake off some of the cobwebs and give new Havocs a chance to experience a men's basketball game here at GCU. Finally, men's soccer begins its final home weekend with a game against Utah Valley, along with Senior Day on Sunday against Air Force. The Lopes look to make a late-season push for a spot in the WAC tournament this season. Well, that's going to do it for me. I'm Phil Katafamo, and that was your Lopes Report. Back to you.
Thanks, Phil. And he mentioned that Sunday is going to be Senior Day for the 5 seniors on this roster. They're going to take on number 8 Air Force, another top 25 team.
Absolutely, and the Lopes have previously defeated number 12 Wisconsin, number 20 Creighton, and number 25 Seattle U. So the Lopes are looking to improve to 4-0 against ranked teams in the top 25.
That's right. The Lopes play very well against some of the best teams in the nation, and they have really risen to the occasion against one of the top teams in the WAC here this evening against Utah Valley, who currently sits at second, tied for second with UTRGV, and the Lopes are sitting in 7th place right now, looking to make a late season push into the WAC tournament.
And it is worth noting that due to dissipatory in matches played, the WAC standings and WAC tournament seeding will now be based on winning percentage instead of points. So a little interesting factoid there.
And over the past week, GCU student and athletes have rolled up their sleeves for a day of service yesterday at the 11th annual Paul's Car Wash. Let's take a look.
Paul's Car Wash is an effort that is sponsored by AZ Family on behalf of Big Brothers Big Sisters of Central Arizona, and is probably one of the most impactful third-party events that we get to be a part of because of the awareness and the education just through the visibility here at Desert Ridge and all the different entertainers and sponsors and patrons that come through.
I started this car wash 11 years ago here in Arizona. Last year for Big Brothers Big Sisters, we raised $329,000 just washing cars, and it's all because of GCU and great groups of people in our community that are a part of it.
It's fun to give back to the community in any way we can.
My favorite part of Paul's Car Wash and supporting Big Brothers Big Sisters of Central Arizona is the mission, really, and highlighting the importance of mentorship, how important that is for young men and young women. We know that there's a lot of opportunity to be had, but not every young person has access to that opportunity. So while we're having fun and we have everybody here and it's kind of a great big party, we're really making an impact on the lives of young people.
And a great day of service there from the men's and women's basketball teams and the cheerleaders.
Absolutely, GCU always giving back to the community, finding new ways to get students involved here with the community and just really make a difference in the heart of Arizona.
That's right, they're always giving back. Great to see all the programs here, especially right before their season starts and it gets busy, making appearances out in the community. And as we will be right back here in GCU Soccer Stadium for the second half, it is 1-1 between the Wolverines and the Lopes.
Come be part of the fastest growing professional network at Grand Canyon University by enrolling as an evening student at our vibrant campus in the heart of Phoenix. Earn your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree to take your career to the next level. Engage with industry expert instructors in small classroom settings one night a week and become part of the Young Professionals Network at GCU. Find your purpose. Sign up to attend our info session on November 7th at 5:30 p.m. at gcu.edu/evening. Find your purpose at GCU. Private, Christian, affordable, and nonprofit. Visit gcu.edu.
And welcome back here as we get set for the second half. We'll take one more look at our Sanderson Ford 3 keys to the game.
Absolutely, and the Lopes are doing a great job, Kyle, so far in this game. In the first half, they stuck true to scoring first. That's what they need to do in the second half. They have had absolute great set pieces from Josh Track. He scored the first and only goal for the Lopes in the first half, so it'll be up to him to really step up big in the second half. And they've also done a great job of defending the Herd here at home as the platform has slowly started to fill up with more Havocs and the fans are starting to get on their feet a little bit. We're ready to kick the second half underway.
That's right, and it's going to be Utah Valley to kick off the second half. And when the Lopes are tied like they currently are at the half, they are 4-5 so far on the season, as they will look to improve on that one here in this second half as we are underway. And Utah Valley will get us started, and it will go out of bounds for a throw-in.
And Lopes fans, Grand Canyon University tied with CSU Bakersfield in women's soccer after 2 overtimes. So a fun and exciting game there in Bakersfield as the women's team comes up with a draw.
That's right, Cameron Larson had a pair of goals and Mackenzie Cook added one as well, and that's the Lopes women's team's top duo, just like Afonso and Drac, as they have also connected here tonight, as they will look to keep that going on in this second half, as Drac now with the ball in the middle of the field, and Utah Valley will take possession, and we will be Utah Valley now with the ball in the middle of the field, and a good step there as it'll go into the middle. Drac again, couldn't quite win that one, and Utah Valley will reset.
Utah Valley working quick here, really trying to keep the pace of the game up and attack as fast as they can against this Grand Canyon University defense.
Yeah, and this first 5 to 10 minutes of the second half is going to be very important for both teams to try and get momentum going for the rest of the second half, as well as look to hopefully put one on the board very quickly. And Utah Valley now has it. So they will play deep into the corner, and the Lopes are right on that one and will make them reset.
The Lopes have done a great job of reading the strikes of Utah Valley, really just blocking them off and not giving them a lot of options.
As Tassaris takes the goal kick, and it will be with the Lopes defense now. And in the middle of the field, as it will be played wide to Ramirez, back for Gardner, and swung all the way across for Easley. And now on the side with Armaroli on that far side, and they will play it back as the defense just keeps possession of it here.
GCU doing a good job of taking their time and really just trying to set up good looks for their offense.
Armaroli a step there to win possession of the ball. And now Utah Valley will win it right back and start their own attack. Good step from Ramirez, wins the ball back into the middle now. And that will be Jackson Jello with it in the middle of the field, and he will get fouled from behind. And the referee will stop play, and we will get a talking to here.
Yeah, that's say about maybe the third or fourth time Jackson Jello has been tripped up from behind tonight. And the ref just giving a little clarification there, saying I don't want to see any more of that.
Yeah, and you got to think he said it as loud as he could to everyone. The next person that fouls Jackson Jello might be getting a yellow card, as he has been fouled quite a bit here this evening. As Gardner will drop all the way back for Tassaris. And he will set up the Lopes offense here.
Tassaris with a big boot there.
And this is Afonso. He's got Drac, and he will play it to him in the corner. Drac stays on into the middle now. Shot is away. And the referee says it got tipped on its way through, and it will be a Lopes corner kick from the left-hand corner. It will be their third of this game.
That was a very good-looking sequence of events right there. Afonso right to Drac, Drac to the middle, and unfortunately the Lopes just could not finish that one. But those are the good looks that you like to see like that.
They will stay on the attack here with Drac in the far corner to come on. This ball will come off his left foot. And now the referee is going to stop play for some activity in front of the goalkeeper. And he will give a talking to. Now Drac's ready to take the corner. Drac sends it in. Looking, and it is going to be headed back across the middle, and Utah Valley now with the ball. And they will kick it up and out of harm's way, and that's going to go off of Afonso there, and it will be a Utah Valley throw-in. Throwing now, and it's going to be a foul on Armaroli as he just puts his arms on the Wolverines players back to try and gain leverage, and the referee sees it.
They got a little too handsy there, Amaroli did, and something you got to look out for.
This will be Blake Leonetti to serve it up. Ball played into the middle now, headed away, and Drac gives it a little bicycle kick. And this is now Wilton on the near side. He finds Afonso.
Great job getting that ball to Afonso by Wilton. Really finding that space.
And Afonso, a great job of keeping it in possession, and now he will win himself and the Lopes offense another corner. And there's a great move from Afonso to get around his defender. And a great ball from Burt Wilton to find Marco Afonso coming down that sideline. And now Josh Drac will set up for another corner. This time it will be in the right-hand corner on the near side. Drac puts it in the box. It is headed straight up, and Utah Valley finds Afonso's foot, and Amaroli couldn't quite get a jump on that rebound, as it will go out of bounds off of Sam Gardner, and it will be a Wolverine goal kick here for Joseph Wheelwright.
But GCU continuing to get good looks, continuing to win the battles for those balls, and that's what you like to see.
And that's Gardner now is going to have to put a big boot on it, and he does. And it's Ramirez trying to chase it down and keep it in. He cannot. And it will be a Wolverine throw once again. Croman Hook throws it in, and it's a long one in the middle of the box. And the Lopes defense holds strong once again there. Clears the ball out. And now Jella getting a good head on it. But the Wolverines will keep possession here. And it will be played into the box. Tesserice off his line, but it'll be headed away by Isai Easley. And now the Lopes looking to counter, and that ball's going to be deflected off of Wolverine. Out of bounds for a throw for Amaroli on that far side there.
The Lopes continuing to stay aggressive this entire game. They've got 12 fouls so far. UVU only has 9, so GCU continuing with that aggression. I think that will ultimately help them get the victory here tonight.
Yeah, and that aggression is just going to keep wearing down the Wolverines' offense. Or at least you got to hope it will. And now a ball played in the middle, but it's stopped from Ramirez. Played to Afonso coming out wide. And a good slide tackle there. And the Wolverines will take back possession in the middle of the field here. And Drac steals, plays out wide to Afonso. And now the Lopes starting to attack, and it is out of bounds. Throw in for Ramirez and the Lopes. To Afonso now. Back for Ramirez.
Lopes pushing up here.
Drac ball in the middle. Rebound chance, Afonso! And it's stopped by Joseph Wheelwright once again.
And Marco Afonso had such a good look, about as good as you can get, as that one was crossed perfectly with them. And GCU continuing to find those open spaces and get those good shots out.
And Marco Afonso just can't believe it there. And you can see the frustration. And there was an injured Lope down, but he is back up. And he seems to be okay. Couldn't quite tell who it was on the backside of that play there. But another corner here for the Lopes.
It's going to be their 5th corner of the night.
Ball played in from Drac. Headed. And it's off the crossbar.
Are you kidding me? That one is about as close as you can get it. The Lopes with a beautiful execution there on the corner kick. That one just not going in.
And you can see the replay here now. Wheelwright's going to take possession of that one. But great set piece once again from the Lopes. And Josh Drack has just been serving up great balls time and time again here tonight.
And that was one of our Sanderson Ford 3 keys to the game, that if the Lopes want to win this one, Josh Drack is going to have to come up with huge set pieces. And he's done that all night, really just set the Lopes up perfectly.
Yeah, and at some point, one of those set pieces is just going to find the back of the net. And
well, they've gotten dangerously close so far.
Marco Alfonso's had 2 great looks that have both been stopped. And now the attack and headed back down in Wheelwright. Once again, easy stop, and he will punt it away. And now the Lopes will give away possession in the middle of the field for Utah Valley. And that's Andreu fighting for possession of it now. And he will win it. He finds Drack.
Ooh, Drack tripped up there. Now it's going to be a foul on the Wolverines.
That one looked to be a clean slide tackle. I think his spikes just might have been up there.
Yeah, I think they were just a little bit too high for the referee's likings.
And now Gardner sends it down and off the end line for a goal kick. And we will get substitutions. It will be for the Wolverines. Number 7, Zach Moss coming into the game. Number 20, Mark Brown. And number 23, Austin Buxton checking back in for the Wolverines on the goal kick here. And Wheelwright will send it away. That's Afonso winning it on the header. Wolverines will keep it inbounds, and Drack takes it away now. He's got Wilton and Afonso with him. He will touch wide to Wilton. And Burt Wilton just can't quite get it, as he's got a hold of the jersey there, and no call coming. It'll be a quick throw in from Ramirez.
I love that aggressiveness by Josh Drack, just really stepping up, taking the ball for himself. Not really much more you can do on it. As soon as he passes it away, it gets lost, but great job by Josh Drack continuing to stay aggressive.
Canales sends it into the corner, and it will be a goal kick, as he says it goes off of Ramirez, and Wheelwright will take another goal kick here for the Wolverines. We have played 13 minutes into this second half so far, and it has been all Lopes.
Yeah, the Lopes getting some excellent looks so far in this first half. It's important that they stay aggressive and continue what they're doing, because eventually those looks are going to turn into goals.
And now Kissie's going to check back into the game for Burt Wilton. And Burt Wilton has played great in his minutes so far tonight. And now Calvin Kissy will check back in and will look to provide the same spark that Burt Wilton did in his 15 minutes of play so far.
Well, Calvin Kissy also provided a little bit of a spark when he was playing earlier in the first half. Had a couple very good looks, a couple good setups, and good to see that he's out on the field right now with a fresh set of legs and ready to be a dominant force in this Lopes offense.
And it'll be another throw-in on the far side for the Lopes. And not only do they have an outstanding freshman in Calvin Kissy, but Burt Wilton, the other freshman forward, he's been great for them so far this year. If he can just get into that score column.
Well, absolutely. You've got 2 players competing for a starting spot, 2 players who are equally deserving, and both players are freshmen. So it's great to see that you've got a lot of competitiveness and a lot of talent in your young guys.
Yeah, and Coach Heineman's got to love that over the next 3 years. And now a free kick ball played in, and it was going to get out of bounds, and it's going to be a corner. And it looks like Andreu is down. And the referee calling the medical team on, and it looked like he might have gotten a piece of Wheelwright's fist to the back of the head. We'll take another look at it. On the free kick, yeah, he got punched in the back of the head there.
That one's not pretty. You never like to see that. I don't think it was intentional, but it's just one of those things that wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, not intentional at all. That's just a soccer play as the goalkeeper comes out, and he's just going to try and clear it as fast as he can. And Andreu jumped to challenge him, and unfortunately the fist is probably going to win that every time.
Yeah, Andreu very slow to walk off the field, so we hope that he recovers fast, and I'm sure he'll go through a concussion protocol, and we'll wish him absolutely the best.
And we will get a substitute now. It will be Justin Rasmussen checking in the first time for him today. And he's going to check in for Andreu. And he's going to play in his spot in the midfield there. It will be another Lopes corner coming off the foot of Josh Drack once again. And he's ready. And the ball played in the middle. And it's going to be headed away by the Wolverine defense. And they're going to start the counter. And great. Oh, and Rasmussen not happy there. He just kind of pulled him down from behind to stop the attack. And the referee saw it, blows the whistle. Great aggression from the substitute there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what you like to see. A player coming straight off the bench and being aggressive right away.
Yep, play about 30 seconds, pick up a foul, show coach that you're ready to play. And now the Wolverines on the attack, and it'll be taken away, and that's going to be a foul and a yellow card for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. That was incredibly obvious, just grabbing his hand and throwing him to the ground. That's something that can't be done here.
That's going to be on Luis Garza, number 13 of the Wolverines. And that will be their first yellow card of the match. And he just quickly stuck his arm out, stopped the counterattack because that looked like it was going to be dangerous for the Lopes.
So a yellow card issued in the 60th minute here. Right now, GCU has 13 team fouls and UVU has 12. So a very competitive and aggressive match so far.
And the Lopes on a good attack there, just couldn't find anybody in the box, but they will retain possession with Eastley, and he will look to play wide and cannot find it, and it will go back to the Wolverines as they will start their counter. But a good step there, and now another foul. It's going to be Jella getting fouled, and another yellow card coming out. For the Wolverines.
Just 1 minute apart. A yellow card in the 60th minute and a yellow card in the 61st minute for the Wolverines. The fouls are all now even up at 13 apiece for each team, but the Wolverines looking to get a little bit frustrated here, it seems, and a very aggressive game thus far.
And that yellow card is going to be on Alec Felix of the Wolverines. As Kissy now with the ball. He will find Rasmussen all the way wide. And it will find Jella. And we talked about it. We said the next person that fouled Jackson Jella was probably going to get a yellow card. And there it was.
Absolutely. Teams just have not had an answer for Jella all season.
And now advantage played for the Wolverines as they will come up on the attack and play it wide. The Wolverines enter the box, and it is stood tall from Ramirez, and now Ramirez is going to get fouled.
Wow, Ramirez absolutely showing great defense. Ramirez showing absolute. I'm sorry, there's a little bit of confusion there on the field.
Yeah, the Lopes want a yellow card for delay of game, and it happened right in front of the assistant referee. Referee was walking away. And now the assistant has signaled that the referee needs to talk to him. And that is number 23, Austin Buxton.
A little extracurriculars going down up there, but like I was saying, great defensive aggression for the Lopes.
And the referee tells Tassaris to back it up, and we will start play once again on the free kick. And it looks like Andreu's getting ready to check back in, and now an attack, and Tassaris stands tall, and it's off the post.
And Tassaris doing a great job staying so dominant in that box. This young man is exciting to watch.
And we'll take another look at it. Great shot, and it's the post once again, saving the day for the Lopes. And it will be a goal kick for Tassaris, and we get subs. It is number 35 for Utah Valley, Connor Dearden. And checking back into the game for the Lopes is number 25, Marios Andreu. And it's good to see that he is okay after getting hit in the head. And he will come right back at it with a header. And now played back in the middle here. Utah Valley's got it. And they're going to get the foul call as number 16, Blake Frischnecht, went down. And this is going to be a dangerous spot here in the 64th minute.
Yeah, this is that's a foul that you don't want to commit in that location right there. That's a pretty good spot for this free kick, and GCU is going to need to continue this aggression, but you got to be smart. You got to know where you are when you're committing those fouls. So it'll be up to them right here to build this wall and really try to stop this offensive stance by UVU.
And that's going to make it the 14th team foul on GCU. 14 fouls also for Utah Valley, so that makes that our 28th foul of this game. And we still got 30 minutes to play. And it looks like it's Buxton, Moss. No, Moss is going to walk away. It's going to be Buxton here to take the free kick.
So
and
GCU
a lot of movement there.
Yeah, GCU trying to figure out a little bit of kinks here defensively.
Referee will blow his whistle. Buxton runs over the ball, and it's a shot, and it's going to be deflected off the wall, and it's going to get out of bounds for a Wolverine corner. And that's why you build the walls.
Yeah, the Lopes did a great job staying strong right there, not backing down from that powerful kick, and really played that one great.
And it'll be Utah Valley's 5th corner of this game. And Cella being very physical in front of Tassaris there. And now Tassaris jumps up and stands tall, and he will pick it out of the air.
Tassaris doing what he does best, and that's saving goals. Right there, just jumping up, stopping any possibility of a Wolverines goal. And this young man continues to impress in front of many Lopes fans.
As the Lopes have possession, and they will play it long. As they are looking for Drac there, and it's going to get out of bounds for a throw. And we will have a substitution here for the Lopes, and a little confusion here, it looks like, by the 4th official and Coach Heinman on whether or not the substitute can enter. As they will not allow the substitute to enter, and we will play, and it will go back out of bounds for a Utah Valley throw.
That one's going to be Lopes' ball. But we're going to have the substitution coming in right now.
And it will be number 27, Brandon Johnson, the sophomore, checking in here on defense for, that is Esai Eastley. coming out of the game. This is his first break. He's played all 66 minutes so far of this game, and now a foul coming out. Oh, no, the referee's going to call an illegal throw-in. As the back foot came up there, you don't see that very often at this level.
Yeah, I think that's just one of those little mistakes that just got away from him. Probably was hoping the ref didn't notice, and sure enough, he did.
And that's going to go all the way back to Wheelwright. And the Lopes are putting some pressure on now, as they got Utah Valley in the corner, and they will have to play it out for a throw. And it's a quick one in the middle. And that's going to go back out of bounds for another Lopes throw-in.
Armoroli on the throw-in here.
And Armoroli, and that's going to get intercepted. And good tackle there to keep possession for the Lopes, and now a foul.
Yeah, that was all body right there.
And he maybe just sold that call just a little bit.
Yeah.
But definitely a foul. Referee sees it. That makes it the 15th now in Utah Valley. And the 30th foul we will have in this game.
Yeah, we're all tied up on fouls, that's for sure. 15-15.
Well, the game's tied, and so are the fouls. So why wouldn't they be?
Absolutely. This is a very evenly matched game. Two very good teams.
Drac ball in, and it's going to get deflected out for the Wolverines. And a good win in the middle there. And they had to be Armoroli had to be careful there as he was in an offside position. And good job there. Now he's got to hustle back, and he's going to get the ball. Good hustle there from Armoroli.
Well, great IQ there from Armoroli, knowing not to touch the ball, getting back just in time. As Jella's tripped up
once more
again.
Is fouled, and that one looked like it hurt. The referee will stop play here, and we're going to get another yellow card on the Wolverines, and that's going to go to number 21, Blake Leonetti.
Yeah, we've been talking about this. The teams really don't have an answer for Jella's speed, so they just try and get him from behind as we take another look at that one. And, yeah, that one just got him a little bit too much right in the back. Looks like he's grabbing either his hamstring or his calf there. As he gets up and will walk it off. Good to see that he's okay. But since you've made that comment of the next player fouling Jackson Jella, 2 players have fouled him and gotten yellow cards. So
yeah, you see that a lot at the professional level with the stars like Neymar, as that happens a lot when he's playing for PSG and Brazil. And Jackson Jella is kind of that guy for the Lopes.
Well,
he's got the speed on the side, and he's going to be a target almost for every team that plays.
Well, absolutely. They have no answer for the speed, so all they can do is foul. And Jackson Jella, good to see that he's okay after that one.
Yeah, there aren't a whole lot of people in the nation that can keep up with the speed of Jackson Jella as Josh Drack gets ready, and he will take this free kick, and it's a good one, and it's going to be punched out by Wheelwright.
Wheelwright's forced save compared to Tassareeth, who has 5.
Yeah, Tassareeth hasn't been as busy as he was in the first half here in the second half, and now it's Kissy. Loses possession, and the Wolverines kick it out of bounds once more, and we will get another GCU substitution. It is number 18, Diego Savardra, the freshman. Oh, 19, my fault there. That is Tosh Yasuda checking into the game. That 9 looked like an 8 to me from up here.
So Jackson Jella is going to come off, give his leg a little rest after he got tangled up back there.
And now the keeper's out, and a smart play from Calvin Kissy to just try and head that one back across. But Wheelwright is there and recovers just in time to make the stop. And now the Wolverines will counter. The shot, and Tassaris is there to make the save. His 6th save on the evening.
He makes it look so easy down there. 6 saves in the game. Not a lot of action in the second half, like you mentioned, but it's almost a good thing when your goalie doesn't see a lot of action. That means the ball's on the other end of the field, and so far the Lopes have done a really good job of pushing it forward.
Ramirez looking for Afonso there, and it'll go out of bounds. And it'll be a Wolverine throw-in. And it will be number 20, Mark Brown here. He will throw the ball in for the Wolverines. And Moss is tripped up and no call there, and he hasn't gotten up just quite yet. Now the counter with Drac. Drac's got 2 defenders on him, and he's going to split both of them. And Drac gets held, no call as he goes to the ground, and the Wolverines will clear. And a step from Sam Gardner. And the Lopes are going to reset and slow the game down with Armaroli. And now Andreu in the middle of the field, and a whistle. And a foul on the Wolverines. But after the quick free kick take, it's a turnover, and the Wolverines have speed down the side. And now the Lopes recover on defense, and it's Andreu with a good steal.
And a great steal by Andreu. Really aggressive, making it clean, making it look easy.
And a collision there on the far side will make the ball go out of bounds for a Wolverine throw-in. And a good steal from the Lopes defense there as they will reset, and another turnover in the middle of the field, and the Wolverines regain possession. And a good slide tackle there, and now they're on the attack. And now a foul coming, yes. That's going to be on Ramirez.
Yeah, that one.
No card for that one, and the Wolverine bench is not happy that there is no card on that one.
Well, that one was purely physical, but I highly doubt it was intentional. Just a couple soccer players going at it. Ref letting them play on without giving the caution.
And now another free kick coming for the Wolverines as the referee will set the wall. As it is Moss and Frischnecht over the ball here to take it. And the referee blows his whistle, and we are off. It's Frischnecht off the wall once again. The wall's going to stand tall, get out of bounds for a corner. And that is the second time that's happened in this half. And very good defense from the Lopes there once again.
Yeah, the Lopes continue their defensive aggression, doing a great job of just staying strong, standing tall, and really not giving Utah Valley any opportunity there.
And this will be Zach Moss to take the corner. And the corner is away, and it is up, and Tassaris all over that one once again. And he will get the Lopes offense set. As we slow it down here as we are entering the 75th minute of play coming up. And we are still knotted at 1 apiece. And now the Wolverines will attack once more, looking, and Tassaris is there, keeps it in bounds, and will pick it up and throw it out wide to Alex Ramirez. Ramirez now up the wing. He will play it long, looking for Kissy.
Ooh, a great ball there. Kissy trying to stay with it.
And Kissy keeps it in, and now sends one across in the middle of the box, and it is answered by the Wolverines defense. Once again, the Wolverines standing tall, but the Lopes still threatening here with Afonso. He finds Andreu, who finds Kissy on the outside, who sends it back across. Andreu's shot is deflected out,
But the Lopes continuing to get good looks, and that's what you want to see. Just really spreading that field. Calvin Kissy doing a great job of getting outside and crossing it to the middle.
Afonso now in the middle. And it is another stop there. That's going to be number 2, Ahmed Longmire. And that one's deflected off a Wolverine defender.
And Kissy is not happy he did not get that call right there, as he thought he was held.
Yeah, Kissy got spun around there looking to get on the ball after that deflection. And that could have been dangerous for the Wolverines.
Yeah, had that been called, I think that would have been a huge advantage for GCU. So that's Wheelwright's 5th save of the night. He now matches up with Tassaris.
And now another foul on the Lopes. That'll be their 17th, and that will make it the 34th foul of this game, with both teams with 17.
So an aggressive game, as we've said since the beginning. Both teams very evenly matched, playing the ball well. GCU doing a lot better than Utah Valley in the second half of moving the ball forward and trying to get better looks in the box. Excuse me.
That's right, and you got to give credit to this referee crew. They have done a great job tonight, and they are really earning every dollar they are making, as that center referee's just blown his whistle 34 times tonight. And now the free kick, and it's off the crossbar, and it's going to deflect off the back of Tassaris out for a corner. And Utah Valley looking for the assistant referee to signal that that ball came in off the crossbar. Let's see if we can tell. No, that one, no. I don't think that one crossed the line the way that bounced off of Tassaris.
That one didn't cross the line, I don't think either. That was a good call by the official. And that's the second time this game that the Lopes have gotten saved.
They've had 2 crossbars and 2 posts. And as a goalkeeper, they're your best friends.
Oh, absolutely. And Tassaris has continued to do an amazing job in the box for the Lopes.
Now the ball back in, and it's going to go out of bounds for a goal kick. And we will get Lope substitutions here. It will be 13, Justin Rasmussen, and number 23, Austin Day, who is checking in for the first time tonight.
Good to see Austin Day getting some minutes. He's a great player. Fresh set of legs out there for Julian Almiroli.
Yeah, Day normally in the starting lineup, not tonight. But Justin Day is definitely a good replacement back there on the defensive end, and they're just looking to get some speed here in the last 12 minutes, and he's definitely got it. And it will be played all the way wide. And back now as Day gets his first touch on the ball. And the Wolverines will gain possession of it here.
GCU continuing to stay aggressive there as they win that one.
As it is Day once more trying to feed Kissy in the middle. Just could not quite get it through, and it is back to Wheelwright, who will clear the ball. We talk a lot about this Lopes offense and the goalkeeper, George Tassaris, but this Lopes defense has stood strong tonight and all season, and their bench depth is just so deep.
Well, absolutely. It's a huge advantage when you can play all your weapons off the bench as well. They have strong starters, but equally strong bench players. So it's great to see that their defense has continued to stay aggressive and continued to just really support their entire team.
And that's what you gotta love as a head coach, is the depth you have, and when you put a substitute in the game, your team doesn't miss a beat, as Ramirez is fouled there.
Well, absolutely, as a head coach, that's all you want is confidence in your players. And, you know, when you have such a strong bench and you have to give a starting player a couple breaths, couple moments to rest their legs, having that confidence in your bench is all the difference in the world.
Yeah, this Lopes team-wise, they have 14 midfielders, 9 defenders, and 6 forwards that they can play at any time.
So a lot of weapons there for GCU.
It's the Lopes on the attack there on the free kick, just couldn't get it there, and ball out of bounds, Utah Valley throw.
And another interesting thing, Kyle, of their weapons, 12 of them are freshmen. So a young squad of guys coming up, and I mean, we've seen a few of them, Calvin Kissy, Alex Radia, Josh Drack. I mean, the list goes on and on. They're just some George Tessuris as well. I mean, these are young guys that are just really going to be huge for the program down the line.
And another foul there on the Lopes. And as you mentioned, they got 12 freshmen, 8 sophomores. They will graduate 5 on Sunday, on senior day, and they will graduate 5 next year, barring any transfers that come in. But you got to love the future in the next 2 to 3 years, really, as they will have, that is 20 players on this roster.
Well, GCU is a school that continues to grow academically. They grow this year with the switch to, what was that one?
That's a close one. Tessa Reese is going to keep it out in play and pick it up.
Well, good move there by Tessa Reese, but like I was saying, as the move to nonprofit and as their athletics continue to grow, they've got a lot of young players in all sports categories that are really going to take this program to the next level.
Yeah, and right there, the referee's going to call back the foul that occurred first on the Wolverine player, as Ramirez did foul on the ensuing play, but he's going to call it back for the first one.
And we're in the 82nd minute here, with about 8 minutes left to play in regulation time. Still tied up 1-1, but this second half has been predominantly Lopes dominated.
And on the next whistle here, that gets the Lopes either a throw or a corner, we're going to get Jackson Jella back in this game.
And Jackson Jella is huge. Love to see what he can do in these final minutes of the game.
You got to think here that, and that ball's going to stay in bounds. That was very close.
That was really close. That was an interesting call by the ref. I'm shocked he didn't blow his whistle there.
But no harm done to the Lopes there as they get the ball, and they will start their own attack. And they will reset it now.
The big boot there. Drack on the receiving end.
And it will get out of bounds for a
corner kick.
Throw-in.
Oh, a throw-in, I believe. I'm sorry.
But the substitute will come on in Jella. He will check in for Yasuda, who played very nicely in that spot on that far side for Jella. And now Jella's going to finish out this last 6 or 7 minutes here. And now the big throw's coming in. Good throw. And it's going to be the Utah Valley Wolverines that come away with it. But the ball sent back in the middle. And it is picked up by Joseph Wheelwright there.
Yeah, great save there by Wheelwright. Really another highlight reel play for a goalie on this field, as Tassa Reese has done just as well.
And Wolverines wanted a couple fouls there, but great defense from the Lopes as they win a throw. And it is Drack back in the middle. Could not find his man there. And that one will get played back into the defensive end, and a misplay there, and almost taken away by Jackson Jella. Day wins it back, and it's for Jella, who will return it to Austin Day. And Day just gives it away there. And now the Wolverines will start their attack, as we have 5.5 minutes to play before we get overtime. Whoa. And that's going to be a big shoulder there. And the yellow card coming out for sure.
Yep, I saw that one from a mile away. That was all body there. That's
Justin Rasmussen.
There was no getting away with that one.
He tried to go shoulder to shoulder, but when it's shoulder to back,
yeah, there's no hiding that one. Ref saw that one.
No, but if we were playing football, that's a good block.
Absolutely wrong football there, Kyle. So in the 84th minute, Justin Rasmussen winds up with the yellow card.
And now the long ball played into the box, and it's headed down, but right to Tassaris, who will take it up for the Lopes, and he will reset and settle down this offense.
And we are coming up on 5 minutes left to play in regulation here, still tied 1-1.
As Tassaris sets it down outside of his goal box, and he will boot it away, trying to get some numbers up front for the Lopes, and it is headed by Utah Valley out of bounds, and yeah, that's going to be a Lopes throw, excuse me, as that one went off of the Utah Valley defender, and it will be Alex Ramirez on the throw. Great ball from Kissy, but just couldn't quite find Rasmussen there.
That one defended nicely by Utah Valley.
And now Ramirez gets a step to it, and the Lopes will win it back as it is played wide for Drac. And now Ramirez in the middle. Andreu just can't quite keep possession of it. And now the Wolverines will keep it back here, and almost gave it away there as Jella thought about making a play on that, but he will back off. And the Wolverines maintain possession here now, as they will look to move up in the final 4 minutes of this second half. We are still tied at 1. And now the Wolverines have the ball in the middle, and it's the Lopes defense that stands tall once again, and it is booted away.
And the Lopes defense continues to impress out here on this pitch, doing just a great job of clearing that ball out, not giving the Wolverines any opportunities.
That was Brandon Johnson, number 27 there, coming as the substitute there, standing tall on the defensive end. And we got a Wolverine down in the middle of the box. We hope he's okay, and he's going to get up here, and that's a good sign for the Wolverines.
So it's going to be a throw in for Utah Valley.
And it looks like they're going to try and set up for a long throw in here. It will be up top, and it's Tassaris once again.
He handled that one perfectly. Picked it up on the hop. Didn't allow any opportunities for the Wolverines to attempt to put it in the back of the net.
No hesitation from Tassaris as he plays that one perfectly once again. Take another look at it. That one kind of almost short hopped him there. And now it's Kissy in the middle of the field. We're going to get a foul. And that was another Utah Valley foul as they fouled Alexi Canales there.
So Canales is going to take this free kick.
And it will be quick and played back for Gardner. Gardner finds Ramirez on this far side. Canales back in the middle. Andreu couldn't keep it. Canales challenging and finds Day. We are down to the final 2.5 minutes as Austin Day sends it in the box looking for Drac. And it's popped up and cleared away by Utah Valley. And nothing there. And another good defensive play there by Brandon Johnson, as Jackson Jella couldn't quite win that ball back for the Lopes. As Utah Valley will take possession as we will enter our final 2 minutes of play here in regulation. It is still 1-1. And Tassaris is going to reset for one final attack for the Lopes.
Well, it's been an exciting game so far. Coming down to these final minutes here. Both teams staying aggressive down to the end of it.
Rasmussen sends it in the box, and it's going to be a little bit behind Kissy. Jella couldn't quite win it, and the shot from Canales is going to go wide and high, and we will get another goal kick for Utah Valley as we enter the final, what will be the final minute or so of play here before we get overtime.
Absolutely, and as a reminder, there will be, if this game goes into overtime, there will be 2 overtime minute periods, 10 minutes each, and it will be a sudden death, so first team to score wins.
And that's going to go out of bounds for a Lopes throw.
So we're down to 1 minute now in the second half.
And now we're going to get a stoppage in play. And the referee is going to give another yellow card out here to Utah Valley.
Yellow cards being thrown around. That was on Alec Felix. So in the 89th minute, another yellow card has been issued. And UVU now has 21 fouls compared to GCU's 19. So a very aggressive and physical game.
And Tasserie sends it into the box. And then we have 40 seconds left to play as Day's going to run it down now. He will throw it in the middle. Ball's played deep into the box and right into the hands of Wheelwright.
So coming up on the last 30 seconds here. It's looking like we could head into overtime.
So the Lopes have it here, and it will be to Kissy. Kissy with 10 seconds left. He's got Jella on the far side.
Oh.
And the Wolverines stand tall. And in the final seconds here, we will head to overtime here at GCU Stadium. It is 1-1. We have had goals scored by Josh Drack in the 22nd minute and Blake Frischnecht in the 25th minute. And that is where we stand right now, tied at 1 apiece.
A very aggressive game here. Both teams pushing the ball up. Both teams playing great defense. That's what you like to see, Kyle.
That's right. And as far as team stats go, the Utah Valley Wolverines, 13 shots, 6 on goal. Joseph Wheelwright has allowed 1 goal and has 5 saves. For the Lopes, it is 14 shots as well as 6 shots on goal. And George Tasseries has allowed 1 goal and also has made 5 saves. It is 7-6 corners in favor of the Wolverines. And 21 Wolverine fouls as opposed to 19 for the Lopes. And this has been a very physical game.
Absolutely, very physical and very evenly matched as you see that stat sheet that you just named off right there. I mean, they're incredibly similar, these two teams, with a lot of the same talents, both goalkeepers making remarkable plays, both lead scorers coming up big. I mean, there's not really much more you can ask for as a fan, just two really well-rounded teams going at it. That's why we're heading into overtime here.
That's right, and the Lopes always seem this season to rise to the occasion against teams that have very good records, as it shows with their 3-0 record against top 25 opponents. And this Utah Valley Wolverines team is currently tied for 2nd place in the WAC standings.
Well, GCU shows up on the big stage and shows up in front of big crowds here. As GCU Stadium is starting to get on its feet a little bit, the crowd is starting to get really into it, and we're excited to head into the first period of overtime.
We are about 3 minutes away from overtime here at GCU Soccer Stadium. It is 1-1 here between the Wolverines and the Lopes, and we will be right back.
You use the latest technology to treat patients, but your care and compassion is timeless. And as an RN, you delight in sharing it. But there's always room to grow. Advancing your career means helping more patients and providing even more care. Grand Canyon University's online programs in nursing
Make it convenient for you to become the expert every patient deserves. Healthcare has made significant advancements, and GCU teaches you how to prepare for the future. By applying that knowledge, you're able to stay up to date with the latest medical technologies. And since GCU's nursing programs are online, you can access your program from anywhere, so you're always there for those most important.
Find your purpose at GCU, where advanced technologies drive education. Private, Christian, affordable, nonprofit. Visit gcu.edu/online. There's an exciting destination for food, fun, and golf in the heart of Phoenix. Come to the GCU Hotel and Canyon 49 Grill, where our hospitality management students gain real-world experience and deliver unmatched service. Enjoy beautiful amenities like a resort-style pool, full-service fitness center, championship golf course, and coffee shop GCBC. Canyon 49 Grill serves American fare all day and happy hour with a great vibe and Lopes pride. Room rates start at $89 per night. Visit GCUHotel.com today.
And we are back here. We got about a minute and a half before we start overtime. And we will take a look at your GCU Hotel second half highlights. And the first one here is going to be the first good attack from Josh Drack and Burt Wilton as his shot got deflected and it went wide.
The Lopes continuing to get those looks all game.
That's right, and then the other cross sent in, and Afonso was just stoned there by the goalkeeper. And then this is the one off the corner that was headed back across and off the crossbar, excuse me, and almost went in. And then this is George Tassareese just plucking that one out of the air and into the safe hands there. And then the big throw that short hopped him almost. Tassareese has stood tall all night long.
Tassareese has done a great job of really just reading those balls, picking them out of the air, getting them on the short hop, really not letting any of those balls play him, really.
That's what you love to see out of your goalkeeper, is aggressive, no hesitation. He doesn't make very many mistakes. And even the goal that he gave up here tonight wasn't a mistake. It was a great play all around. He just got beat barely on the touch that went wide of him.
Yeah, not much you can do about that if you're George Tassareese, except shake it off and keep your head hung high, and that's exactly what he has done here, continued to be a leader of that defense.
That's right, George Tassareese and Joseph Wheelwright so far even on saves and goals allowed at 5 saves apiece. And as the teams enter the field here for the start of the first overtime period, Dominic, like you mentioned, we're going to play 2 10-minute periods. And if we get a winner, it's going to be on that first goal.
Absolutely. So we mentioned it in our Sanderson Ford 3 keys of the game, and it's been a absolute theme throughout this entire game is score first. They scored first, the Lopes, in the first half. They came out firing, and they've really been dominating this entire game. If they can score first here in this overtime, they win.
That's right, and it will be a huge win for the team, not only for confidence going into Sunday and then finally in the finale next Friday, but they are also going to want it for the WAC standings as they hold on to a slim lead over Houston Baptist for that final spot in the WAC tournament. And Utah Valley looking to win this one and take some separation from them and UTRGV as they are both currently tied for second. And it's Kissing getting ahead on it. And a good start here for both sides. Very up-tempo and fast pace. And here come the Wolverines. It is played out wide and now back into the middle. And it's going to be a miscommunication and a touch there. And it's going to go right to Tassareese. And he will hold and reset it here for the Lopes.
Good job by Tassareese, really taking his time here, allowing the Lopes to get set. Really just kind of trying to control this game.
And now the ball long played there. And it's going to be the Lopes in the center of the field now. Ramirez now playing in the middle for Afonso. Afonso on the attack. Afonso will have a go, and it's deflected. And it's going to get out of bounds for a Lopes throw-in.
Nobody there after that one.
Nobody home for the Lopes, and it will go into the hands of Wheelwright. And we have a Lope down in the middle of the field as Wheelwright will roll it out of bounds to stop play. And no trainers necessary there, as that's Andreu once again. He's going to come up a little bit limpy there. And we will get a substitution, it looks like. And it's going to be number 19 checking back into the game, Tosh Yasuda. The transfer from SMU will check back into this game for the injured Andreu there. I got it. Forgot who that was for a second. And the Lopes will just do the sportsmanlike thing there, play it back to the goalkeeper. And now Wheelwright will set it down, and we will continue play as we are 2 minutes into this first overtime period.
And Drac with that one little fancy move there.
And now it's Drac out wide. He finds Yasuda. Yasuda, ball played in the middle.
Ooh.
And it's a and Calvin Kissy couldn't connect to, or excuse me, Jackson Jella couldn't quite get there in time.
Well, the play brought all the Lopes fans on their feet, as that was just perfectly crossed.
Jackson Jella and then Rasmussen on the rebound, but they're going to get a corner, and it'll be Josh Drac once again.
Yeah, if you're Jella, you have to complete that.
Corner served up, and it's going to be headed out of danger for the moment as Drac wins it back. Drac the shot, and it's saved by Wheelwright. Josh Drac, a good look, looking for his second of the game, and what would have been the game winner. And now Drac again, couldn't quite thread the needle to Kissy.
I love how aggressive the Lopes are playing here in this overtime. Really getting good looks and really just having great opportunities.
A couple of great slide tackles there, and that third one now is going to get called back on Canales. And that will make it the Lopes' 20th foul for them.
So 41 fouls called so far in this game. Quite a physical one.
The referee is now giving a talking to Sam Gardner.
Sam Gardner, a great defensive player for the Lopes, had 2 open goal saves against UMKC. Really just a key asset to this Lopes defense.
And now the Lopes will set the wall up once again, trying to keep this one at 1 apiece here. And the free kick is a bloop in, and it's going to be headed over the goal for a goal kick. Great ball in there.
Yeah, Utah Valley did just an absolute great job of getting that one in and really just putting it right on target, but the header is just a little bit too high.
Tassareese will take the goal kick. And that one's going to go out of bounds near midfield for a Wolverines throw. So we are just about halfway through first overtime here. It is Mark Brown to throw it in. And the Lopes defense will win it once again. This is Drac. Drac keeps it. Ramirez sends it up. Kissy gets ahead to it, looking for Yasuda. Yasuda's going to win the ball here. And he will drop it back for Rasmussen. And they're going to call foul on Justin Rasmussen now.
Rasmussen did not like that one. That just kind of killed the little momentum there the Lopes had.
And now Wheelwright will take the free kick here in the back. As Burt Wilton will get ready to check in for the Lopes on the next dead ball. And now a foul coming once again. That one looks to be on Brandon Johnson. And another dangerous spot for the Wolverines.
Yeah, if you're the Lopes, you have to absolutely be careful. You have to know where you're fouling these Wolverines, and giving them a great look like that is just not what you want to do this late in the game.
We will have 4 minutes here to play in the first overtime. The last Wolverine free kick was a dangerous one. And now the ball sent in. Tassareese all over that one, and he will catch and will not get rid of it just yet. He will settle everyone down.
Yeah, Tassareese just absolutely guided that one right into his hands and was able to just track it down. Really just taking control there in the box.
And he will play it long. Kissy will get ahead to it. It's Drack running it down, and the header back from Longmire to Wheelwright there. Smart play by Ahmed Longmire. As that one was a dangerous opportunity for the Lopes and Josh Drack. And now the Wolverines will start their own attack here. As it's headed in, and Tassareese sliding in.
What an aggressive play by the young goalie, really going after it and challenging that ball. That's what you love to see.
And here's the replay of it right there. He just beat the man, and now it's Kissy. Out wide now for Rasmussen. Justin Rasmussen takes it into the corner, crosses it in. And nobody there as that one's just behind Jackson Jella.
And Rasmussen does a great job of getting space and crossing it over, but just cannot find anyone in the middle.
And the Wolverines will get ready to make a substitution of their own.
About 2.5 minutes left to play here in the first overtime.
And now the Lopes will attack once more. This is going to be out wide. Ramirez sends it in. It's Kissy looking for Drack. And Rasmussen couldn't quite win that one there, but it's back for Gardner. And now Ramirez on the side. Ramirez fakes it. He will beat his man and dribble it in. I thought he passed that one there. He faked everyone out.
Ramirez with some fancy footwork there. The crowd getting into it. The platform with the Havoc starting to get a little rowdy there. They really like that one.
And now Burt Wilton back into the game for Calvin Kissy and the Lopes. And for the Wolverines, it's number 30, Leo Fuchs, checking back in. And it will be a throw as Ramirez will look to set up the long one. Ball played into the box. It's popped right up, and Wheelwright's going to get there, and the referee calls it out of bounds, and the Lopes are going to get a corner.
That is such an interesting play there, Kyle, as Wheelwright has it, but he comes down with it out of bounds, so that is going to be a corner for the Lopes, and let's see if they can capitalize here on the Wolverines' mistake.
It will be Rasmussen from the corner. Played in. And got a touch, and it's in!
Yes!
The Lopes have won. It's Jackson Jella.
Jackson Jella, the man who the Wolverines have had no answer for all game, ends it here in overtime with 1 minute and 3 left to play.
And the pile-on will ensue in front of the Lopes fans and the Havocs. And what a corner there. What a ball from Justin Rasmussen. And Jackson Jella gets a finish And oh my, we talked about it in the pregame. It's set pieces that'll win it for the Lopes.
Well, absolutely, and GCU does a great job of capitalizing on that mistake. As soon as they get that corner kick, it's set up perfectly for them to win this game.
And a great game all around as Jackson Jello will score his second goal of the season. And the Lopes will start the final homestand with a win, and a great win at that. They score it 9 minutes into overtime.
Yeah, Jackson Jella just coming up absolutely huge for GCU. Really doing a great job of just being a leader out there. One of the seniors who will be honored on Sunday for senior night. Really just putting on a performance here.
And a great game all around for the Lopes, and a well-played game from the Wolverines. And you have got to love what you saw. Both sides very aggressive here tonight.
Well, absolutely. And on both sides of the ball, defensively, both teams were very crisp, not giving the other team a lot of opportunities. However, GCU, I think, did a better job of pushing that ball forward and creating opportunities in the box. But both goalies had 6 saves, so an impressive night for the defenses.
That's right, and as the WAC standings will come up here in and after this game, Utah Valley will fall to 6-3 in the WAC, 9-7 overall, and the Lopes will move up into now a tie with Seattle University, who they have beaten once this year. They will go in at 4-4 and improve to 7-8 on the season.
And that's all thanks to that man right there. The GCU Golf Course player of the game is Jackson Jella, the man who kept getting fouled because the team had no answer for him. Ends it in overtime for GCU. So an absolute great game by GCU. And thank you for tuning in. Be sure to tune into the men's final home game this Sunday at 1 p.m. It is senior night. Join us as we honor the accomplishments of all of our seniors on and off the pitch.
Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/GCU. Have a great night, and go Lopes. For Dominic Hinton and the rest of the GCU TV crew, I am Kyle Borg. Have a great night.